The land, the people, the history.
Hi, my name is Sarah McCleskey, and I was born and raised in Whitby, Ontario. I have a deep connection to this place as I have experienced most of my first here. I attended elementary school here and high school here. I made my first friend here, and I continue to make memories here. This place has been my home for most of my life. But today I'm here not to tell you about what life was like growing up in Whitby, but instead I am here to share with you the history of the land that I reside on. Throughout this video, I will discuss with you various Indigenous groups that are native to this region, any pre- and post-contact history of this region, and any relevant information pertaining to treaties, trade, and alliances. It is my every intention to fully understand the history of this place that I call home and reflect on any thoughts or feelings that I have on what I have learned, and I hope you will enjoy the journey. Let's get started.
Welcome to the place I call home. Whitby resides on the land of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. The English know this land as the League of Five Nations, and it consists of Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca. The Haudenosaunee refers to the people of the Longhouse. The unity of these nations allowed for peaceful decision-making that would allow everyone to live in harmony amongst one another. Upon a confederation, each nation took on a role within the metaphorical longhouse, with the Onondaga being the keepers of the fire, which you can see here in the center. The Mohawk, Seneca, and Onondaga acted as the elder brothers of the Confederacy, while the Cayuga and Oneida were the younger brothers within Grand Council. This picture here represents the flag of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and you can see here at the bottom the Seneca and Mohawk and the Onondaga being in the center, and the Cayuga and Oneida in the middle there, the younger brothers as referred to. There are two treaties in this territory. The first treaty is the Johnson-Butler Purchase, which was signed sometime between 1787 and 1788. As you can see here on the map, the big letters at the bottom, Lake Ontario, just right above there, you can see Johnson-Butler Purchase, and to the left, Toronto. So that's really in the area we are here, Whitby, Oshawa, the Durham region, and some of the greater Toronto area. The name of this treaty refers to Superintendent of Indian Affairs Sir John Johnson and his subordinate Colonel John Butler. This treaty is sometimes referred to as the Gunshot Treaty. This name was given because the treaty covered the land as far back from the lake as a person could hear a gunshot. Together, these two groups received 2,000 pounds in ammunition, muskets, and tobacco from Johnson. Although this payment was later interpreted to be for the land, it was in fact a reward for loyalty to Britain and for the Indigenous people's services during the American Revolutionary War. These land surrenders were poorly documented and required another 135 years to resolve, with the signing of the Williams Treaty. The Williams Treaty was signed in 1923, and as you can see here on the right, this is just an image of the cover of the treaty and then the final page just with all the witness signatures. The treaty covers the land from the northern shore of Lake Ontario all the way to Lake Nipissing. This treaty was made to settle the issue of unceded land, but still there had been disputes about outstanding compensation. So in 2018, the Williams Treaty's First Nations and the governments of Ontario Canada came to a final agreement settling litigation about land surrenders and related harvesting rights. Some of the terms of negotiation settlement are as follows. So financial compensation of $1.11 billion was granted. $666 million of those dollars was granted by the federal Canadian government, and $444 million was granted by the Ontario provincial government. An entitlement for each First Nation in this region to add up to 11,000 acres of land to their reserve, as long as they go through like the proper processes. Recognition of the First Nations continuing treaty harvesting rights and commitment to continue to work together to implement these rights. A commitment by Canada and Ontario to provide an oral and written statement of apology to the Williams Treaty's First Nations. And a formal celebration of the settlement agreement and the delivery of an apology by the federal and provincial government crown is currently being planned. Final thoughts?
There is rich history here in the region of Durham, Whitby, and its surrounding areas. I've gone most of my life not knowing the truth about the place where I come from. And although I feel that I have been ignorant in the past, I know if I make an effort to ask questions and continue to learn in the future, I can slowly start to find the answers to the questions that I have. I want to learn more about Indigenous culture and listen to the vibrant stories of the people who were here first. I plan to do what I can to support Indigenous businesses and share the knowledge that I've gained from this course with friends and family. There's a lot to be done still, and I am excited for the journey.
Thank you for joining me on my journey of discovery and listening to my story. Cheers.